This is George, and he is a draft horse. I'm maybe not getting the best angle to show you how big he is. He's munching away. And then we have Sasha. She's our thoroughbred. And then we have Wally, who won't leave me alone. He wants me to scratch him and check his tail for ticks. We're having a really, really bad season of ticks this year, and I'm constantly finding them. And I didn't bring my little pouch to put them in, Wally. I like to put them into alcohol and just kill them off, but he seems to enjoy this scratching. And it's been a hectic morning because Abigail choked, so we had to deal with that, and luckily she's okay. And then I figured I would just come and be with my horses for a little bit and just make sure everybody's feeling good. I was checking his tail. Oftentimes you get ticks in the tail, and oh, you do have one. Let me see if I can show it on the video. They're nasty. Nasty, nasty. I'm not sure if I'm getting a good enough angle. Just see. Oh, can't get it. I'll have to come back for that when I have two hands. But the horses are enjoying the sun and the beautiful grass. Murphy, how are you doing? And I'm kind of feeling in limbo today. I've been feeling a little bit in limbo the last couple of days. I finished up a consulting gig a couple weeks ago, and I went straight to Ireland with my mom. And then I came back and nothing has come to fruition, although we did find a store. Hi Foxy, how are you, my love? You want to be picked at as well. We found a store in New Hope just by accident, really, and it's something we've always wanted to do, to sell our knitting and sell our wool products and from the farm. So we are in the process of setting that up with the hopes to open it Memorial Day weekend. And I've been interviewing to see what my next role will be in the estate management world. And I think it's in the in-between. It's doing, 4 and 5 interviews and hearing nothing. Meeting principals on Zoom, and then they schedule to meet you in person 3 times and nothing comes through. And I think maybe it's feeling a little bit of frustration and disappointment, and wondering just what's next in the world of estate management, which I do in order to help me pay for the horse sanctuary. And as we're getting the farm up and running, we're really 3 years into the sheep farming, and it's now where we're starting to hopefully see some financial gain by selling the wool products. So it's slow, it's very, very slow, and as John McConaughey, my mentor, says, you can never get ahead in farming. Farming's like a hobby full-time for most, unless you're a huge commercial farmer. And we don't send animals to slaughter for meat. So it is a very expensive hobby. And so, like I said, I do my estate management consulting in order to support the whole deal. The horses is Homestretch Farm and Sanctuary, which is an established 501c3, which can accept donations, which are very far and few between. Usually donations come when you're rescuing horses out of auctions where they're possibly going to slaughter or they're in abuse situations. And then the aftercare of the horses, especially in something like this, which is a sanctuary, it's very hard to get the donations. So we try to do some fundraisers each year, and I definitely donate most of what I earn into it. And we have been very blessed that everybody's been healthy. Abigail choking this morning was a little bit unexpected, but we're so glad we're financially able to get the vet out to take a look at her, and it looks like she might make it, which would be great. And then what else can I tell you? That's really what I've been doing the last few days, is just feeling a little bit down, but I'm have to say, being out with the horses lifts your spirit. Just watching them, and the sun of course helps getting your vitamin D every day, is very important. And I know that, you know, I do a lot of spiritual work and manifestation work and healing, so I know that you have to trust the process, and that things truly happen for a reason. And it always works out for me. I mean, I've been doing this for years, where it goes in a circle of, I have no idea if we're going to survive, or I have no idea if we're going to be able to keep the farm, and then hey presto, something comes and we're able to keep going. And so that's where we're at, and we're very lucky because we have 80 acres of beautiful grass, so we are saving on our hay bill right now, which helps a lot. And I have taken in, I have this really huge house, which I never ever anticipated owning. Really, we bought this place because it was an opportunity that came up. We were leasing it, and the opportunity came up to purchase it, and it's so hard when you move with farm animals, so we decided we would give it a go, and so far so good. And so what I have done is you can see some of this is more barren land because of winter, but what I've done is, in order to support the farm, is, if you can see, we have this really big house here, which I never ever intended owning. So I've been renting out the rooms in the main side of the house to veterans that need a start, where they can't afford an apartment, but they can afford to rent a room. So I've been working with the veterans on that, and also I have a couple of parolees that had done some minimum time that are also getting an opportunity at a fresh second start by living on the farm. And they do pay rent, they don't work on the farm, they actually have jobs that they go out to, and so but it helps to stay on the farm. And my husband has been amazing with the pallet fences and surrounding, you can see it way down the back there, where he put it around most of the property, and I don't like it at first. So it felt it was very ugly, but I think now I see it as kind of a rugged, ranchy style, but also I see it as recycling the pallets, which there's so many of them, so I feel like it's a good thing. And I guess that's really it for today. I'm just out and about and enjoying the farm, and trying to remember why I do what I do for these beautiful horses, and remembering to always be grateful, which I am. Thank you.